Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, Morris Knolls. Today is Wednesday, January 29th, and welcome to another edition of News from the Nest. I'm your host, Cloran Moore, with my co-host, Silent Michaels, and here are the top stories of the day. On this day in history, in 1861, the state of Kansas was accepted into the Union as its 34th state. Nebraska would join along with Kansas, officially becoming a state 6 years later. Kansas citizens were not surprised with the news, however, for they had been trying to join the Union for over 4 years. In international news, a small U.S. Air Force jet crashed in a Taliban-held territory located in Afghanistan. According to U.S. forces in Afghanistan, the crash did not appear to be caused by enemy fire, but the reason for the crash is still being investigated. Some officials have told news channels like NPR that the crash may have been caused by mechanical problems, but the Taliban have said otherwise. They have taken credit for being the reason of the accident, saying that they heard the jet included CIA agents, so they shot it down. However, these claims have not yet been confirmed by U.S. officials, and some news sources say that the Taliban has a record for taking credit of situations that they were not actually involved in. In national news, the popular Mexican grill Chipotle has been fined up to $1.3 million for violating child labor laws. More specifically, it has been revealed that the Chipotle restaurants in Massachusetts were found guilty of this charge. Apparently, these Massachusetts restaurants have been working teens over the legal limit, which is 48 hours per week. Also, officials say that the restaurants have also violated other laws, like paying employees on time, hiring minors without valid work permits, and more. Although accusations towards the fast food chain began in 2016, the restaurant was officially fined this Monday. The attorney of this case was General Maura Healey, and she was quoted saying, "Chipotle is a major national restaurant chain that employs thousands of young people across the country, and it has a duty to ensure minors are safe in its working environment." This event is important to understand because not only was it one of the largest child labor fines administered by the state, but it is also important for students and teens to know their legal rights. Visit nj.gov to learn more about your rights as a working teen. In MK Sports, the boys varsity basketball team beat McNair with a final score of 53-25. Great job, players. Special mention to Chase Ingram and Andrew Skirman for playing strongly. Project Lead applications are now available outside of A44. Project Lead is the club that facilitates freshman orientation and the freshman dance. Any students interested in applying must return a completed application to Ms. DeSasio by February 7th in A44. Previous members are reminded to hand in a signed application. See Ms. DeSasio with any questions. Don't forget that spring sports kickoff meetings will be held after school today. Meetings will be held in the following rooms: baseball in B52, golf in B41, girls spring track in B59, boys spring track in A54, softball in B57, boys tennis in B39, girls lacrosse in B55, and boys lacrosse in the senior cafeteria. It's that time of year again, MK. The Morris Knolls art and literary magazine, Spectrum, is accepting submissions. We accept original poetry, photography, artwork, and short stories. You can submit your work to mkspectrumclub@gmail.com. However, it should be noted it must be your original work. The deadline to submit is Friday, February 28th. And today's word of the day is minuscule, which means very small. For example, I parked my truck next to a minuscule motorcycle. That's your news for the day, MK. Tune in Friday for another edition of News from the Nest. I'm Silent Michaels, and the bird is the word. And I'm Cloran Moore. Enjoy the day, Morris Knolls, and stay savvy. This has been the best from the Nest.